A Mortal's Journey to Immortality Episode 221. In the previous episode, after returning to Soaring Heavens City, Han Li reunited with Mu Peiling and discovered that she had unexpectedly broken through to the mid-foundation establishment stage. Their reunion, however, was soon interrupted when a young cultivator from the Heavenpeak Sect, Bai Shujun, appeared outside her residence, persistently seeking her attention despite her repeated refusals. Han Li quickly realized that the youth's behavior was more than simple infatuation. When he confronted him, the situation escalated until a white-robed elder revealed himself, Weiying, an elder of the Heavenpeak Sect. With a calm demeanor, the old man handed Han Li a jade slip, inviting him to a private meeting later that night. Intrigued but cautious, Han Li decided to set the matter aside for now. Instead, he turned his attention to a far greater concern, the Moulan spell warriors, who had launched a large-scale invasion against the Nine Nations Union. To understand the situation, he made his way to the city's official hall, where leaders and nascent soul cultivators from every major power had gathered to discuss their strategy for the coming war. And the episode 221 continues. When martial ancestor Lingu spotted Han Li, he didn't reveal the slightest change in expression. It was hard to tell whether he simply didn't recognize the former Foundation establishment disciple or whether his deep shrewdness allowed him to perfectly conceal his emotions. Han Li's calm gaze swept across the grand hall. At its center sat two powerful figures, an old man with a purple face and a dignified woman in ornate palace robes. The instant Han Li extended his spiritual sense toward them, his heart faintly trembled. Both of them were mid-nascent soul cultivators, clearly the main representatives of the Nine Nations Union. As Han Li quietly observed the room, the other cultivators were also studying him. Many of them were surprised by his youthful appearance. After all, male cultivators rarely cultivated techniques to preserve a young face. Just then, Elder Lu of the Drifting Cloud Sect greeted him with a smile. "Junior Martial Brother Han, you've finally arrived. Have a seat. We were just discussing the Moulan invasion with Sect Master Wu." Even the child fire dragon nodded kindly in greeting. Han Li smiled politely, saluted everyone in the hall, and took a seat beside his senior martial brother Lu. Across from him, the purple-faced old man spoke with an amiable smile. "So this is fellow Taoist Han from the Drifting Cloud Sect. I am Wu Peng, Sect Master of the Enlightened Leaf Sect. I just heard from Brother Lu that you entered the Nascent Soul stage after only 200 years of cultivation. Truly remarkable. You are a rare genius among the cultivators of the Heavenly South. I believe your future achievements will be extraordinary." Although Wu Peng's cultivation was slightly higher, he still treated Han Li with respect. Han Li answered modestly, "Sect Master Wu is too polite. It was merely a stroke of luck that I reached the Nascent Soul stage. I wouldn't dare to speak of future attainments in the Great Tao." As he spoke, Han Li glanced toward the graceful middle-aged woman beside Wu Peng. From her attire and position, he guessed she must be from the Flowing Mind sect, and sure enough, Wu Peng soon introduced her. "This is Lady Qi of the Flowing Mind sect. She and I will handle the Nine Nations Union's affairs together." He went on to introduce the rest of the cultivators in the hall. When martial ancestor Linghu's name was mentioned, the man responded briefly, his face unreadable. Han Li's heart stirred faintly, but he kept his expression calm. Once the introductions ended, Wu Peng's tone grew serious. "Fellow Taoist Han, your arrival is well timed. We were just discussing the alarming strength of the Moulan spell warriors. Their power is far beyond our expectations. Elder Yu and the others have already reported a devastating defeat. Two key regions are close to losing their grand formations, broken apart by the enormous beasts controlled by the Moulan. We have suffered heavy casualties. Even fellow Taoist Huan of the Shadowform sect has fallen. He is the third nascent soul cultivator to perish in this war. The Moulan assault is overwhelming. We desperately need reinforcements from every sect." The once casual atmosphere instantly vanished. The entire hall was filled with tension and silence. A sharp-nosed old man in green robes, an elder of the controlling spirit sect, spoke up grimly. "Sect Master Wu, we've sent out our disciples as well. But we've yet to receive detailed reports about fellow Taoist Feng's defeat. How could so many nascent soul cultivators fall in such a short time? Were high-grade Moulan spell warriors involved? Wu Peng sighed, his brows furrowing. We have no evidence that their highest-ranking spell warriors have entered the battlefield. However, fellow Taoist Feng and fellow Taoist Xin were confirmed to have fallen in one-on-one combat. They were not surrounded. The green-robed old man looked startled. Impossible, even if they were defeated by stronger opponents. Nascent soul cultivators should still have been able to escape with their souls. Could it be that the Moulan divine sages themselves have begun to act? Wu Peng shook his head. No, the enemies were only early nascent soul spell warriors. But they were strange. Their spirit techniques were far stronger than expected, and they wielded a mysterious treasure. When our cultivators' nascent souls tried to flee, this treasure trapped them completely. They could not use instantaneous movement, and so they died. A chill ran through the room. The elder of the controlling spirit sect frowned deeply. A treasure that can restrain a nascent soul's movement? What could it be? An ancient artifact? A demonic relic? The others were equally shocked. Killing a nascent soul cultivator was normally extremely difficult precisely because their souls could escape. The existence of such a weapon was alarming. Wu Peng continued hesitantly. Our disciples couldn't clearly see what it was. When it was activated, it flashed with a red-black light, unstoppable and strange. Furthermore, he paused, as if reluctant to go on. The green-robed old man pressed him impatiently. What else? Fellow Taoist Wu? At this point, there's no need for hesitation. Before Wu Peng could respond, Lady Qi of the Flowing Mind sect spoke gently. It's not that Brother Wu is unwilling, but that the matter is uncertain. Allow me to explain. All eyes turned to her. Han Li, too, was curious. Lady Qi took a deep breath and said, reports from our observers noted something deeply disturbing. These two nascent soul spell warriors appeared to absorb the souls of the dead, both Moulan and cultivators alike. It looked as if they were feeding on them. Because of this, Sect Master Wu suspects that they may not be entirely human, but rather some kind of heretical transformation. The entire hall fell silent. Ancestor Linghu's eyes narrowed. Not human? Lady Qi, are you suggesting they're transformed demon beasts? Wu Peng nodded gravely. That's one possibility, but if they're not demon beasts, they might be ghost or demon Dao cultivators disguised as spell warriors. And that would be even more dangerous. Han Li's expression shifted slightly. He leaned forward and asked calmly, when did Sect Master Wu obtain this information? Wu Peng blinked, somewhat surprised by the question. It was from the most recent battle report. Why do you ask, fellow Taoist Han? Han Li rested his chin thoughtfully on his hand. It's just a thought. If these strange spell warriors are neither human nor afraid of revealing themselves, then it suggests they're acting under strong backing, perhaps with confidence that they cannot be easily stopped. The Moulan may not intend to wage a war of attrition this time. They're likely preparing for decisive, overwhelming strikes. Could it be that a major change has occurred in the Moulan plains? His quiet words sent ripples through the hall. Wu Peng and Lady Qi exchanged glances of surprise. The other cultivators looked uneasy, clearly realizing the implications. For centuries, every Moulan invasion had been a slow war of attrition, dragging on for years or even decades. Both sides had always avoided direct confrontations between their main forces. The losses would be too devastating. But now, the Moulan were attacking with unprecedented force, deploying monstrous beasts and unknown spell warriors. Something had clearly changed. After a long silence, Wu Peng let out a bitter sigh. Brother Han's reasoning is sound. It does seem something has shifted among the Moulan. We must not underestimate them. The sects of the Heavenly South must organize a second army to support the Nine Nations Union. Otherwise, the Moulan will break through our defenses and destroy us all. I hope you fellow Taoists will return quickly and explain this matter to your sects. The Nine Nations Union will not be able to hold out for much longer. And that wraps up this episode. In this part, we saw Han Li arrive at a crucial meeting between the most powerful figures of the Nine Nations Union. A gathering that revealed just how dire the situation against the Moulan has become. The atmosphere in the Grand Hall was tense and solemn as news of repeated defeats and the fall of several Nascent Soul cultivators spread among the sect leaders. Even Han Li, who had always faced danger with calm composure, could sense that this battle was unlike anything they had encountered before. Through their discussion, we learned that the Moulan forces have changed drastically. They are no longer waging the kind of slow, exhausting wars they once favored. Instead, they now strike with terrifying power and precision, unleashing enormous beasts capable of breaking through powerful formations and fielding strange spell warriors whose abilities surpass ordinary limits. Even more unsettling, these spell warriors seem to feed on the souls of the dead, both friend and foe alike, suggesting that they may not even be human. Han Li's insight during the meeting showed not only his intelligence but also his growing maturity as a cultivator who can see beyond the surface of events. While others were still trying to grasp the situation, he quickly realized that something fundamental had changed within the Moulan plains, that this war was not just another conflict, but a prelude to something far greater and far more dangerous. This episode highlights the growing tension in the world of cultivation, the sense that a storm is coming. One that will test every sect, every alliance, and every cultivator's will to survive. It also shows the respect Han Li has begun to earn among high-level cultivators, as even the leaders of great sects paused to consider his words seriously. As the episode closes, Sect Master Wu warns that the Nine Nations Union cannot hold out for much longer, and that reinforcements must be gathered quickly. His words serve as a chilling reminder that the war is escalating, and that the fate of the Heavenly South now hangs in the balance. If you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the latest episodes in Han Li's ongoing journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.